I'm Dr. Joseph Reed, and I want to talk with you about technology and multitasking. We all want to be as effective and as productive as we can be, and today we have the technology available to help us in countless ways. It's a great tool for improving communication. It can provide us with data and analytics and cognitive tools. It can bring a business closer to its customers. But that same technology can also pose some challenges to the effectiveness of our thinking and to the quality of our work. We have the potential today to connect 24/7. We can be in contact with people that we need to talk to whenever we need to reach them. We have an almost limitless amount of information at our fingertips, facts and figures and detailed instructions. But eventually, in terms of effectiveness, most of it comes down to two things: our capacity to think critically, to make good decisions, and our ability to interact positively with other people, to build good relationships with them and to work cooperatively. And that's true whether your job involves developing new medicines or building aircraft or working in a customer service operation. Now, sometimes our own good intentions, along with the access that we have to all the available technology, can get in the way of our ability to make the right decisions and or to build positive relationships. Most of us have a lot to do. And in a positive effort to try to get it all done, we multitask. We start trying to do two, maybe even more activities at the same time. Maybe work on a spreadsheet while you're on a conference call. Maybe you just can't resist checking your email while you're engaged in a conversation. Or maybe in your personal life, you're at a family dinner and you just can't stop yourself from checking out the score of the game or reading the latest headlines. I know that it can seem harmless, but in any situation where the relationship matters or where you need to think critically to make good decisions, multitasking can have a negative impact. Think about it. The idea of being able to multitask well, to perform two or more activities simultaneously at a high level, is kind of crazy, isn't it? We only have so much attention, and when we dilute it between multiple activities, none of the activities get our full attention, so our performance on each one is diminished. Think about trying to play tennis with two balls simultaneously. Do you think it might affect your concentration? Maybe put you off your game a little bit? Well, that's what happens when we try to multitask. It can dilute your attention and it can lead to bad decisions. Making good decisions requires that we access the executive portion of our brain, the prefrontal cortex. It's the area of the brain where we plan, where we exercise self-control, where we differentiate between alternatives. It's where we coalesce our thoughts and our actions to bring them into alignment with our internal goals. The prefrontal cortex is the heart of our ability to think critically and make proactive, effective decisions. When the prefrontal cortex is asked to do too much, like when you multitask, it simply may not have enough capacity to do justice to any of the tasks that you're working on. So your performance on each of the tasks gets worse. You'll make more errors. You'll experience a lapse in judgment. A series of studies by Dr. Glenn Wilson at King's College London found that employees' functional IQ dropped an average of 10 points when they were multitasking. Now, if it's a simple, inconsequential task, No big deal, right? But most of what you get involved in at work matters. If it doesn't matter, why are you spending your precious time on it? And because it matters, you want to give it your best effort. You want to focus your attention on it so that you can make the best possible decision. A second issue is that we can end up sending the wrong message to the people we interact with and care about when we multitask. When you're engaged in a conversation with someone, it's real easy to tell if they're distracted. When you don't give your full attention to someone who matters, a colleague, a direct report, a customer, it sends a message to them about the importance that you place on the relationship. It's a withdrawal from the relationship bank account that you have with that person. In a short-term customer service conversation, you may not get a second chance to make a customer feel good about the interaction, and that can cost your company business. Give them your undivided attention. And finally, multitasking is just a bad idea from a personal perspective as well. It can have both physiological and psychological impacts, including anxiety, stress, and sleeplessness. So, my message to you today is to hit the pause button. Identify which activity to work on at a particular point in time, and then give it your undivided attention. You'll end up making better decisions, and you'll start making deposits in those relationship bank accounts with the people who really matter to you. You may even sleep better at night.